The biggest issue that we get when talking with people at shows and stuff is, man, glide baits are just so expensive. Like those good custom handmade resin glide baits that everyone wants to throw, they're just way too expensive. And the way inflation's going, like baits that used to cost $125 now cost $175 to $200. Like, it's an issue. And we set out to really try to curb this inflation. We wanted to make a bait that was super efficient, crazy durable on paint, and bring it to you at a sub $100 price. Because look, resin outperforms plastic at the end of the day. Like, it gets more bites, it's more stable, it performs better, it's funner to fish. A resin bait is just all around better than a plastic bait. But the problem is, resin's really difficult to work with. The sanding, the filling, the painting, the clear coating, everything is super labor intensive. So, the Clutch Eco. We eliminated clear coat on this thing. We figured out a paint process in order to coat the bait with this coating that completely eliminates clear coat. Like, it's crazy durable. It's way more durable than any clear coat could ever be. The paint is literally baked into the actual material. So that was the first step, and we figured out how to do it efficiently. Second, this bait is not going to look as pretty as those $140 baits, the OGs, the bosses, the darters. It's not going to be that pretty because we focused on efficiency. We focused on the things that catch the bass, not the fishermen. So it's not going to be super filled. The fill, we don't fill on the bottom. We don't fill on the tops. We don't fill anywhere on this bait. We've designed our molds to minimize the air bubbling as much as possible. So there still might be some micro bubbling, but overall, because of the mold design, you're going to have a lot less of that than you would typically have on a completely unfinished bait. So the paint process is something completely unique to this bait, and because we've designed it around efficiency, we're able to bring you this bait at a sub $100 price tag while not sacrificing any of the fish catching qualities. Each one of them still gets, 100% of them get swam tested by me before they go out the door. So I make sure every single one of them is swimming up to par for the bait. Now, this bait's going to sink a little bit faster than what you're typically used to on a glide bait. It's a chopping style bait. It's got a very aggressive joint to it. So it's a choppy style glide bait. It's gonna sink a little bit faster. And the big thing about this bait is it's designed to be fished on 20-pound test. A lot of small glide baits really kind of suck when you get that 20, 25-pound test line. And that's something that I really wanted to address. Because look, if you're a newbie, if you don't throw glide baits a lot, and this is your first glide bait, the odds that you're gonna throw it on 15-pound test are slim to none. Like, those little glide baits usually excel on that 15-pound or smaller diameter pound test, and no one wants to do that. Like it's a $100 bait. This is a $100 bill, and you're gonna throw it on 15-pound test. Not a lot of guys want to do that. So we designed it specifically to be fished on 20-pound test. What does that mean? So it's going to have a little bit more of a nose down than what typically glide baits are comfortable with. And the reason why is that 20-pound test creates the drag to even that thing out to allow it to swim better. So from a weighting perspective, typically when you weight a bait like that, not like that, but like that, the swim isn't going to be as good. But we figured out how to manipulate the weights in there and manipulate the buoyancies in this bait to excel at this weighting. So this weighting allows that 20-pound test to make it level, and it's gonna swim through the water nice and straight, because typically 20-pound test with a little 6 1/4 inch bait like this, you're gonna have that thing trying to breach the top of the water a lot. So 20-pound test, I prefer mono, fluoro works as well. Yeah, it's got size 3 short shank hooks on it, not pictured here because I'm flopping around a lot and I'm gonna hook myself. So this is the Clutch Eco. Lot of time, lot of labor went into making this thing. Billy wanted to quit several times in the making of this process because this paint was not easy to figure out. We really broke the mold when it comes to the design aspect of this bait. So you're getting a super well-designed bait, one that just absolutely catches the snot out of fish, coming to you at a sub $100 price tag. That's never been done before. Check it out, guys. The Clutch Eco, first available at East Tennessee Fishing Expo, then Boston, Massachusetts for the New England Fishing Expo, and then we're gonna have a drop shortly after that. And this will be at the Bassmaster Classic as well. So, Clutch Eco, check it out, guys. We'll see you.